have to put it up, step back, three-pointer. It's good! Jamal Murray from way downtown. Shot clock winding down, puts up a three. Bang! Jamal Murray once again from downtown.
Alright guys, so the first thing we're going to take a look at for Jamal Murray is going to be his base. Now, we do have two different bases for Jamal Murray, and we're going to be using these two bases in different scenarios, and they each have a couple of differences between them. So the first base we'll take a look at for Murray, I will call this his normal base. It doesn't have as much vertical, and it doesn't have as much sway as his other base, which I guess we can call this one his athletic base. It has more lift, more vertical, and more sway. Now, we'll start by taking a look at this normal base here, and there are a couple of details that I want to make sure I share, but some of these details, while they are shared between the two bases, the amount varies. So the first detail I want to look at for Murray's base, really we want to take a look at his feet and his knees. So if you look at his feet, you notice when he shoots, they are very close together. He does not have a very wide stance. His feet are close together. Then when you take a look at his knees, I like to call it, his orientation. I want to take a look at basically his entire lower body. You notice it's slanted pretty significantly to the left. So I think this is much easier to show from the reverse angle. Like if you look at him trying to shoot here, you notice his body is facing to the left. What this does is it takes that shooting elbow from this angle, and you notice it angles it directly straight at the basket. And both of the bases that we're going to look at do this. The third and final detail that we're going to look at for Murray is really the sway. The easiest way for me to define sway, a lot of people call this a fade, but it's not what it is. If you take a look at his heels and draw an imaginary line, you notice his heels will start behind his body on the shot, but when he goes to shoot and land, you notice his feet are in front of his body. So he'll start from behind and then they land in front. That's what we like to call a sway. Some people will call it a twist. It's not really a twist because his body is already facing that left. So when people see guys land like that to their left, they think they're twisting, but realistically his body is that way throughout the entire shot. Real quick, let's go ahead and break down Murray's second base. Again, we're going to be looking for those same specific details on the more athletic base. You're going to see that orientation points his body to the side. You're going to see those feet be close together, and you're going to see that sway through the shot as well. But as you can see, there is much more vertical on the shot, and in certain situations you will see Murray get much more vertical. I think it's much easier to see that detail when you're looking at it from the side. All right guys, so next let's go ahead and focus in on Jamal Murray's release. Just like the base, I've got two releases. One of them focuses on his motion and the other focuses more so on his form. I will say this, we're gonna start with the motion form because me personally, I'm always a motion over form guy. I think it's very easy to make a jump shot where form and hand placement is right, but it doesn't look right when the guy goes to shoot. So I think also in the heat of a basketball game, right, you can notice someone that has a unique motion, but like in the middle of a basketball game, are you ever really gonna say like, oh, like his hand's not in the right spot when he shoots? That's just me personally. I like to focus on the motion more so, but I've got a release for both, so we'll make sure everybody is taken care of. So we're gonna start with his motion shot here, and the key on Jamal Murray, and we're gonna talk about the form in just a second, but the key detail for Murray is his offhand and the hand flick. He has a very unique thumb flick. I don't even really want to call it a thumb flick. It's like a hand flick because his entire body, his entire hand moves off of the basketball laterally. So basically that hand, you're going to notice, is kind of more so towards the back of the basketball. Looks a little weird because, you know, his hand is kind of clipping through there on the front. But when he goes to shoot, you're going to notice his hand doesn't flick forward. Some guys' hands flick forward, some guys' hands flick backwards. His flicks laterally directly to the side. So that was the main detail that we were looking to capture, is that flick when he goes to shoot, is that hand is going to flick laterally. So wanted to just make sure I can show that. That was the main focus of the shot. Another detail I will also show on the motion shot, because we did get it right. It's not terrible, but his kind of set point, I don't know if I want to call it set point, release point, but pretty much throughout the shot, a 90-degree angle. That's what we're looking for, 90-degree angle. Ball is kind of like in front of his face, in front of his forehead, but that shot is going to have a pretty, consistent 90-degree angle. And the cool thing about this shot, when we talk about the motion, is this like lateral motion really does translate to all of the jump shots. So his moving jump shots, his step backs, like on the motion shot, it looks really good, and that's what we're gonna get. The perfect form release, aka the Instagram release, the clickbait release, whatever you want to call it. This is the one where you're gonna be taking all your pictures and your stills and all that crap. Maybe I'll make the thumbnail out of this one. But a couple details we want to look at for Jamal Murray's form. We're going to be talking about his arm placement. So now you're going to see he's got the extremely wide arms. There's a couple details still. That arm is still at a 90-degree angle. And that elbow is still going to be facing directly at the basket when he goes to shoot. Another key detail here is the ball. The basketball is extremely close to his face. That is one detail we wanted to make sure we capture. Now, when we take a look at the hand placement, I like to kind of do it this way on the shot. You're going to notice his offhand should be on the back of the basketball. You want to make sure you have that proper hand placement there. Now, when you see the hand on the back of the basketball, that's where he does that thumb flick. But you'll notice on this form, like I said, that we're not really focused as much on the motion. I apologize. The camera's fighting with me a little bit. He still does kind of flick his hand to the side, but as you can see, it's nowhere near as pronounced as, his quote unquote motion form. So this one is still very good. This one's still very accurate, captures a lot of the details that we're looking for. Who knows, some of you guys might actually like this one a little bit better. I don't know, but I wanted to make sure that I gave options on both of these shots. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and take a look at the jump shots. The first jump shot we're going to take a look at, this is the one for the motion. And I just posted screenshots here because Next Gen sucks, obviously, and I'm not trying to have to change his height 100 times to try and get the right jump shot. So start with the base. This normal, non-athletic base is actually Steven Adams. Remember, to apply this, you have to change his height to at least 7 foot or 6'10", whatever it is. And then this one right here, Derek Fisher, blend 65 with Najee Marshall. That's going to be our perfect motion release. Both of these are going to be on very quick. And then we'll move over to our next one. For our more athletic base, we've got Andre Drummond. And for the perfect form release, we're going with John Collins, blended 225 with Derek Fisher. That one is also very quick. Both releases can be blended with both bases. So this is really just, pick whichever you like. All right, so we are moving on to Jamal Murray's moving jump shots. We're going to start with his free throw, guys. I like Buddy Hield here. The form matches his jump shot form very well. It's got a slight flick to that offhand even on the free throw. And he holds that release up there as well. Now, I was thinking about using Steve Nash just because he does a practice free throw on that one. I mean, we have seen Jamal Murray do that, but I can't see it looks nothing like his actual free throw form, and I can't see the motion or the routine, excuse me, in the menu. So I'm not scrolling through all of these to see which ones have practice free throws and which ones don't. I just picked the one that looked as close to his free throw form and jump shot form as possible. I stuck with Buddy Hield. Also, Buddy Hield, I don't know if that's on current gen. So if it's not, you will have to find an alternate. For the pull-up, guys, we're going with Donovan Mitchell. Reason being the pull-up to the right. Basically all, really, of Jamal Murray's pull-ups and athletic step backs and things of that nature have a heavy athletic right leg kick. I in the past have used Pro 3 to emulate that athleticism in pull-ups. I am now transitioning to Donovan Mitchell. I do believe that is the most athletic pull-up in the game. For the spin jumper, I only saw, I think I had one from Murray, little spin jumper. He was doing it to his left, and he kind of did a little kick with that right leg. So I thought Trae Young was the closest there. For the step back, guys, this is huge. This is the biggest part of this jump shot, is the step back. Not because of the moving step backs, but from his kind of stationary right stick step backs that you can do from a standstill. Jamal Murray leads with this extremely aggressive jab step and then goes into a fade with kind of like a right leg kick. We've seen him do that. He's got a very quick side step that he does. We've seen him do that. All of his moving jump shots and step backs are quick, snappy shots. And that's really going to showcase Murray's entire game with that Zach LaVine step back. For the layup package, Murray has a crazy layup package IRL, bunch of double clutches and tough finishes, things of that nature. However, as you may know, 90% of these layups don't even trigger in game. So Jelly, Michael Jordan, Kyrie Irving, whichever one you want, I think they're all accurate for Murray. Chances are you will not see any of them in the game anyway, so who really cares? We go through the dunk packages, guys. Let's scroll through those really quickly. I did add the Giannis dunk package and switcheroos off one because he did two dunks that looked like them. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm deleting both of these because I think the switcheroos dunk package is crazy. He doesn't do half of that crap, and the Giannis dunk package looks nothing like him except for that one, like, one-handed reverse. So pretty much everything else, but if you want to add those two, it's accurate for him. Post game, only thing I changed was his normal fade, because when he fades to his left, he's got like a weird, like, no leg kick. If I explain that right, it's like a little leg kick, but like not a real leg kick. So it looks really good going to the left. That's what he does. So I like normal to the best. All of these dribble styles, the only thing that I changed was the signature size up. So that signature size up right there, that comes in the normal package. Number one, don't know how to trigger that in game. Call me a scrub. Don't have stick skills. That's cool. I get it. I really wish they would bring the signature size up button back, but whatever, for, you know, the old heads that don't have all those stick skills. But this normal size up that he does in the normal package, we've seen him do 100 times. Now, for everything else, this is not default, but I will scroll through it. Oh, I think I also did the Zach LaVine triple threat style too. But everything else, this is from the ATD roster. So full credit to the ATD roster makers for all of these. Don't know if they're accurate, not going through that much footage for dribble styles. But shout out to whoever did, because that, you know, they all look really good in game. I just don't know for certain if that's actually the stuff that he does.